MotoGP 2020 dimulai sekarang untuk Marquez ketika dia melihat Honda dari playground. Marc Marquez dari Repsol Honda Team telah berjanji bahwa dia akan melakukan apa saja selain bersantai di 4 balapan terakhir musim MotoGP tanda merek dagang 2019 meskipun hanya mengamankan gelar dunia ke-8. Pembalap Spanyol itu menenggelamkan 8 bola di Sekarang, tetapi ia mengatakan bahwa sekarang semua perhatian akan beralih ke pengamanan sebuah Honda dari playground. Dilansir dari situs MotoGP.com, konstruktor championship terlihat sangat mungkin kembali ke jalur Honda, dengan pabrik Jepang unggul 77 poin dari Ducati. Namun, dalam pengejaran untuk gelar tim Repsol Honda saat ini duduk di urutan kedua, terpaut 19 poin dari Andrea Dovizioso, Danilo Petrucci, dan tim Ducati. Selain itu, Marquez juga mengatakan bahwa persiapannya untuk musim 2020 akan dimulai di MotoGP Jepang sebelum dia menantang untuk mahkota MotoGP tanda merek dagang 5 berturut-turut musim depan. Khususnya, karena angka 93 lebih dari sadar akan meningkatnya ancaman yang ditimbulkan oleh Petronas Yamaha, SRT Fabio Quartararo. Pemain Prancis itu telah mendorong Marquez hingga batasnya dalam 2 duel putaran terakhir musim ini, menyebabkan juara dunia melabeli pemain berusia 20 tahun itu sebagai salah satu pesaing utama untuk gelar 2020 setelah keributan giliran mereka. Targetnya sekarang adalah memenangkan triple crown. Kejuaraan konstruktor ada di sana tetapi kejuaraan tim akan sulit, tetapi kami tidak akan pernah menyerah. 2020 dimulai di Motegi. Ini adalah perasaan khusus membawa pulang kejuaraan dunia ke Honda. Pada tahun-tahun sebelumnya saya telah berhasil memenangkan gelar di sana, tetapi sekarang saya akan dapat mengunjungi semua orang di Honda dan HRC yang membantu membuat 2019 menjadi mungkin di belakang layar. Sekarang saatnya mendorong judul lainnya, masih ada judul konstruktor dan tim membantu Honda menang. Saya tak sabar untuk balapan di Motegi karena ini adalah balapan kandang Honda dan penggemar Jepang sangat istimewa.
Well, my money's going on him. Against the odds, I know a lot of people, especially JT.
Far left. Oh, great launch there from Dobby. Dobby gets a great launch. Miller, Myers, the Tech 3 bike, all shook himself through from the second row of the grid. He is going to be after these two out front. Jack Miller, can he do a good team ride from the second row of the grid? That's a great start for the Honda man. Probably as good as he could have expected.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gained at this point in the race.
Soft front and rear for Jack Miller. Will it be enough to keep Marc Marquez? You know what an opportunist though, Marc Marquez. I'm not that smart. It's just Marc Marquez.
Yeah, well, we know what he rides like. The thing now is
he's going to make that Ducati work the way he can make it work around here in the dry conditions. Turn 11, he's gone past Rins and given him a real hard time there. The 42 being pushed back, but over the line, it is Dovizioso properly. Look at Marquez. He's right on Dovizioso already, and that is the trick, isn't it?
Just all saving ties at the early parts of the races. This weekend at this racetrack, there are no issues at all.
Fifth place off of Valentino Rossi. Anything you can do, I can do just as well, Rins seems to be thinking. But it's Dovizioso out front from and got himself in a really good place. Winner from Argentina, Crutchlow, and he's riding brilliantly this year. There's no doubt in that. Bosses are here from Yamaha, yeah, Suzuki and Honda. Here is Valentino again on Rins. He did it last lap round. He did it
second. He's now down in 7th place.
Crashing down, but it is Dovizioso still lead.
Imagine being Alex Rins. I know he's in his second season, but you'd be sat behind Rossi. Just
the old dog.
Yeah, absurd.
35 degrees of heat compared with 28 degrees of track temperature yesterday. There isn't the, shall we say, work.
And this whole weekend, Keith, it's been about these three, hasn't it? It's been about
Oh, but during the course of the weekend, on occasion, but he's just been done over by Iannone. Look at the dirt being kicked up out of in 9th place on the 26th bike, but it is the 04 of Dovizioso that leads. Mark Dobby, he may do all the work, and Dobby was the one that had to run a little wide because he braked late at that last. That's what let Dobby onto his rear wheel. We'll see if Dobby makes a similar mistake or whether Mark is just going to waited. And in the end, when they all pulled the pin, Marquez's tyres were still in really good order.
Who seems to have been struggling is doing what we see him do on so many occasions. It's Sunday morning.
Well, isn't it? Best lap around this racetrack, the circuit lap record, by the way, is a 45.3 by Jorge Lorenzo.
The major thing about those Bridgestone tyres was that front tyre was incredible. You could brake so deep.
Before, but here, still the domain. You saw the live championship positions there. If Dovizioso finishes wide line, he was a bit wider than usual there, though, perhaps. So Dobby under a bit of pressure here, it seems, from the Honda. It's just a little slow to me.
Yeah, and Mark's thinking exactly the same. Cal's having a look.
Oh! You have the pace in his head that he thinks he can get in front of Dobby and do Dobby over for Mark.
Pass on Marquez, I don't get this point in the race.
And Mark will be comfortable to see him there. Mark maybe.
You end up having to try and make him on the brakes, like I've already said. But the problem is you end up going over your limit.
5.7 he's put in there past this lap of the race so far. And Dovizioso then in command of this Japan Grand Prix. Bautista in 11th place, Vinales in 10th place. Bradley Smith in a good 13th, well in the points in front of his teammate. Having made that surprise move on the full factory Repsol Honda of Marc Marquez. Mark said, you've had your chance, now it's my chance to go back at him again. So Marc Marquez moves back into second place. On the edge of the track, it's dry here, it's warm here, something like 24 degrees of air temperature from side to side onto Victory Corner where we are now, and onto the front straight. The Ducati launches out this. In warm-up this morning, and something's still wrong with the Aprilia, so Aleix Espargaro is out. But yeah, they short.
It's got a linear feel to it.
And then you got that super slick, seamless gearbox. I say, because that crash that Lorenzo had, that was a sensor that went wrong there, and it gave all the torque to the. They've checked his wiring.
So basically, the Ducati saying it was an electronic issue.
From underneath of the record crowd I think we're going to have here. They were queuing at the gate first thing this morning.
Normally likes to ride really close to the rider in front, so he's not choosing to sit back to keep his front tyre cooler.
What they can do about it. Cal's riding really close to Mark. I must say that would be a massive mistake if he managed to lock a front. He had his opportunity to get in front of Dovizioso, and I think really quite rightly from a Honda perspective, that Ducati is so good on the brakes. It's so in line, isn't it? Crashes. That front end, mind you, at that time it was quite cool track-wise.
Yeah, much cooler, and people were still at that.
Go to Aprilia next year. We're working our way towards the end of this season. 3 races left after this one. Every single one of them.
Look back at him, would you? He's going to have a go. Is he going to have a go? No, he's thinking about it.
The maniac, as was. Tell you what, he's running made for.
Yeah.
Hanging the rear end out. Look at this. Well, Dobby pulled the pin, we thought. He was the only man in the 45s a lap ago, but on that last lap, it was all 3 of these men on the last lap. And got it done. Here comes Janone, and that shocked the doctor.
It did shock him. That's where you see
is group of 3, and it is still a group of 3. And what if Janone's got the pace to get out next year? They have no concessions next year, so they will be on 7 motors and no extra testing as well.
And by quite some margin. Rins
now through on the doctor. Oh dear me, Valentino.
They got Michelin bought a different, stronger sort of carcass rear tyre, and it definitely helped the Yamahas. But the
motorbike race, if you've never been in a motorbike race, this will give you half a clue. And that's not a bad angle. 4 mile an hour bottom gear. Jack Miller has crashed out. Just didn't look like he had got any car
riding it. It's the strengths of the 2 motorcycles. That Ducati. Shaky and nervous. Do you know what I mean, though? It's true, isn't it? And then you watch that.
I don't do shopping.
Do you not? Electronics are good. It's low and long. Watch it. Just, watch not through this section, but then
into this race, I guarantee you, this is not too smart, by the way. Marc Marquez will be making a absolute.
So he will make sure he's somehow going to
his way by, and he'll want to.
My supermarket trolley Honda. just watch it through this change direction. Look at the speed he changes direction.
It shows you that he's not going to be able to get in touch with Dobby if he leaves it till then. There will be no opportunity of Dovizioso if he's going to take it here. It means a lot for Honda for the 3rd time in Marquez's career.
In his next 12 laps, will try and shove his motorcycle in front of that Ducati. However, he managed it.
Talk about it now. Marc Marquez looking for his.
You are so right. That had gone. That was hopping and skipping.
It still is.
It still is. I'll let you through.
Now then, Dobby's lap time. I'm going to be interested to see this. So mid 46. Janone closes down Crutchlow by just 600. When the weight goes down after they've lost a bit of fuel and late race pace. Now you wouldn't say normally
some track they work incredibly well. Think back to Aston. Alex Rins finished second in.
Here he goes. Let's have a look up the inside.
Oh, here he goes.
The inside he does. Dobby's out wide because that's a sweeping line. If Cal can get by in a similar manner, that's done it. He's down in the dirt. Well, that's a rehearsal for later.
Well,
so over the line, a 46.7.
He stood the bike up. Yeah. He actually hooked up more than he wanted it to.
And an opportunity perhaps for the Suzuki's to close in as well.
Ian is right on the back of Cal.
He won't be doing that kind of thing on, because whatever you do, he's going to be giving you back later.
Yeah, but if you do it hard enough, he won't get a chance to.
This is going to be a dogfight. This is going to be a situation where we're going to see pass and repass between these guys. And with 9.5 laps,
Marquez.
Hernandez is not breathing, but his feet are doing all the movements.
At this point, you would have to say, yeah,
it was at the hairpin turn 10.
Was he helped
with
this crash? Is the question.
Mind you, he won't be worried about that because he's moving to another manufacturer next year. I think he's just been sick this year.
And what about Rins' stock value, Keith? How impressive this year. Put together.
They're in front of the factory Yamaha.
I believe that.
That's a big deal for Suzuki. A lot of pride at stake. A breather in third place, it looks to me. I wonder if his tyres are just going off a fraction.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, Yamaha.
We'll see what developments they've got through the winter. What worries me is how long it takes to get engineering out onto the
winter. You could transform a motorcycle. In fact, when Valentino Rossi moved to Yamaha back in 5.
7 engines, 5 tests, I think. 45.9 then over the line for Dovizioso last time. 45.9. He's just fractionally faster than Crutchlow over that last time. There's Bradley Smith on the KTM. Bradley Smith in 11th place. It's all really fallen on to Bradley Smith lately because even Paul Espargaro's hurt as well.
And he's done a crack.
The man that won Suzuka 8 Hour with Alex Lowe's and Mickey van der Mark. He's the 89.
Army wants to beat the wildcard Nakasuga.
Well, I think Nakagami is underperforming, to be honest. He's outside of the point. 7 laps to go. Excuse me.
Fastest man on track, Alex Rins, yet again.
That Suzuki delivers power gently. You can never really, it's just fractions in it. So we have a Ducati leading 2 Hondas and the Suzuki.
Of the race. Marquez passed him right near the end, and Dovizioso criticised himself afterwards. He's got a lot in hand on that back straight.
Problem is, you bring other people into play in that scenario as well when down into turn 11.
I just thought he might have had a look at him for a lap or two. With what happened at the last round, and that's what he said in his interview.
Well,
if Marquez is close enough into that last sector, are we going to have a repeat of last year where he tries to that front tyre, that front Michelin, like being pushed into the ground? Look at that contact patch.
Dobby and Marquez, well, that's what I was thinking, that maybe Dobby just believes he's caught Overy at the Buriram track, and then, even though the Ducati brakes so well, Buriram, of course, and that's the other point here. This is not about making a block pass because you've got enough time to get
actually on the limit.
The problem you have, of course, is that we can't see how that front tiny little movement in those front tyres, that slide from the rear, we might be able to see, but it's the front.
Marquez who just pinched it by a few thousandths.
And that's what it's about. Marquez has got the tyres on him to open.
Dobby is throwing everything he has at this, and he's hoping, he's willing to pull Marquez in.
To use his number 2 bike to qualify on. Was that the only reason why he ended up on the second row of the grid? Certainly, boss. You know he wants to.
Just had a thought, Keith. Yeah, I'm feeling lunge attempt from too far back. It's going to be an optimistic attempt at best.
So 4 laps to go, over the line, and that was a 45.9 with a 45.9. Comfortable though. That gold helmet style, but it's beginning to move around that Honda, and that worries
him. It all year, but he never does. He's got this ability to get to the limit during practice, find it, go over.
He really is.
This is where we saw him earlier in the race make the pass.
Marc Marquez then gets on the gas.
Here we go.
Slide up the inside. I think you should.
I think he should.
Turn 10. Look at the way he's squaring it off with the Honda. The tree here has said. That's probably taken with 3 laps to go. I think maybe I can't see Marquez being able to pull away from Dobby.
No.
Look at the battle for third place. Will it be us on that lap?
Impressive.
Right.
Is this gap growing?
What is it? Look at the way he picks it up.
Yeah. It's Danny Pedrosa-esque. That's what we used to.
Works well here, but Dovizioso's right there with him. This was where the pass was made. Knows Dobby's going to be looking at him.
Oh.
It was 46.3 last time around for Marc Marquez when he made the pass. We're on the backstroke.
On the brakes.
Yeah.
Dobby's got nothing to lose, Keith. nothing to lose at all. He's not
45.9 from Marquez, 45.8 from Davizioso. So they are at the top end. Run him out a little wide out to the curve. Still Cruxlow holds off Rins.
every day. What this man can do on two wheels is incredible. The lock-in, the number of times he gets on Marquez.
He's going to try and dive at him in a moment. He's not ready to do it yet, though. You know, Dobby is doing it. So that is the championship done. Marc Marquez will be world champion again. He win it to Marc Marquez. The last lap is about to come to Marc Marquez. The board will already say Dobby in MotoGP. And overall, well, it's a remarkable 7th time in his 20. It's Honda's track, and it's Marc Marquez's championship.
Can you believe
7th Grand Prix championship victory will come Marc Marquez's way.
what is good? It's all about these two then. What's going to happen here with Callan?
Well, it's going to be a podium for both. It's good. Level 7. Marc Marquez then on lap 24 of the Grand Prix in his 105th Grand Prix. Marc Marquez will take his 8th win of 28. Gets a fine 3rd place, but it's no doubt about it. Marc Marquez at the home.
Good point. I forgot that Marquez had the medium front, Dobby had the soft, and that was like what happens when one of
So the vanquished man of 2018 comes through in what's outside of the points in 18 from under him.
Keith, I said it earlier this